We'd like to move forward with our second student talk this evening, which will begin by Sister Sydney Hurth, and her assistant is Sister Stephanie Parra. The title of Sister Hurth's talk is Having a Personal Relationship with God the Really Important Thing? Remember, okay, the reference material here, the resource material here is Reasoning Book, page 327, paragraph 5, through 328, paragraph 1. The setting here is she's witnessing to a school teacher. Let's give the sisters our attention.
Hi, Mrs. P.
You're here early, Sydney.
I wanted to make sure I had time to talk to you before school started. You know, Thanksgiving is coming up, and I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses, so I wanted to remind you that way you have time to arrange different work for me to do.
Well, I commend you for taking the time to remind me, but I remember that you're one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I can tell the difference between you and the other kids that say they're religious.
Thank you, that means a lot. I always try hard to follow the Bible principles.
Well, I'm sure the meetings you go to help encourage you to follow those principles. But what I don't understand is how the other kids that go to church don't pick up on the same principles you do.
Mrs. P., you're right. My meetings do encourage me, but I have to do a lot more than just go to my meetings.
What do you mean?
It's just like coming to school. We could be here, but if we're not paying attention or practicing what we learn, would it really be helping us?
I guess you make a point there.
Do you mind if I show you from the Bible some scriptures that I try to follow to help me?
Sure.
The first one is found at Romans 10, 2 through 3. And it says, For I bear them witness that they have a zeal for God, but not according to accurate knowledge. For because of not knowing the righteousness of God, but seeking to establish their own, they did not subject themselves to the righteousness of God. So these verses talk about people who wanted to serve God, but didn't really know what serving God involved.
And how do you learn what serving God involves?
Just like you said earlier, it's important that I go to my meetings, but let's read another scripture so I can show you something else I do. Do you want to read Psalms 1, 1 through 2?
Sure. Okay, you said Psalms 1, 1 through 2. Happy is the man who does not walk according to the advice of the wicked, and does not stand on the path of sinners, and does not sit in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in the law of Jehovah, and he reads his law in undertone day and night.
The law that I'm reading is the Bible. This is the way that God talks to his people. And did you know that we can talk to him too?
Really? How?
I think we have time to look up one last scripture before the bell rings. Let's read Psalm 65, verse 2. And it says, "Oh, hear prayer to you people of all sorts will come." It's by prayer that we can talk to him. And what did this verse call God?
Well, it called him the hearer of prayer.
So you see, Mrs. P., it's more than just attending my meetings. I have to have a relationship with God. And in order to have a relationship with someone, there needs to be regular communication. I'm able to talk to God through my prayers, and he's able to talk to me through the Bible.
You know what, Sydney? I always learn so much from our conversations. Thank you for being a good student. The bell just rang, so we better meet up with the rest of the class.
Sounds good. I'm ready to learn.